Good morning. So I'm Erica Lorenzo and I'm an employee here in ITS Department of De La Salle University. So currently my work here is a programmer and a systems analyst. So what about systems analyst? Basically our job is very exciting in a sense that we have to design new IT solutions and to improve business efficiency and productivity for the college, the university's sake. So the work it could be in a external or internal. For example, we have to develop systems for different departments within the same organization. We work closely with our clients. We examine existing business models and the flow of data, discusses findings with the clients, and design appropriate solutions for the project. What else? As an analyst, we produce outline designs and also costing for budgeting for the top management. These are for the new IT solutions, proposal for the new IT solutions. What else? I think that's all I could say, and then my other colleague will tell you more about our work.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Iluzada, and you can call me Eman, and I work here at the Information Technology Services Office, or ITS, of the LSU. And my work here is a systems analyst, focusing on programming, and I've been working here for 3 years now. And also, I am also taking up a Master's of Science in Information Technology, or MSIT, from the same university.
What kind of system analyst are you? Business analyst or the programmer analyst?
I am a programmer analyst.
What do you like about being a system analyst?
I like the fact that you have different challenges for every new project. Because as a systems analyst, you also deal with data gathering, or you collect information from the users. It's called user requirements analysis. You gather all the needs of the user, and from those raw data, you transform it into a system design. So it's quite difficult, but it's quite challenging as well. And these are the things that I enjoy about being a systems analyst.
What are your responsibilities as an analyst working in the LSU?
Yeah, like what I said earlier, the first responsibility is to gather requirements from the user. So what we do is we meet with the client, with the user, and we gather the data that we need from them, like who are the users of the system, or what kind of records do we need to get from them, what output are they expecting from the system, do they want it to be an online system or just a simple Windows system, do they want it to produce a report, stuff like that. And from those data that we gathered from the initial interview, we come up with the systems design. And yeah, after the systems design, we go with database design until we come up with a complete design that we will assign to the programmer.
As an analyst in the LSU, what are your daily tasks?
Yeah, like what I said also as well earlier. So we go with data gathering for a certain period, certain number of days. It's important to focus on data gathering and planning, because basically a system is composed of 75% planning and 25% coding. So like also a famous quote says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So you have to really come up with a concrete plan or a concrete design before you go with the development phase. So as a systems analyst, you handle the planning part. So you have to really polish the plan before you give it to the developer or the programmer.
How long do you work as an analyst per day?
I work for 8 hours per day.
What kind of analyst are you? Strict, considerate?
I would say considerate because that's good enough. Okay, I'm considerate. I would say.
Are you working on a project right now? Can you please give us a brief, short details about it?
I just finished working on the medical and dental services online consultation system. So it was implemented for the incoming students of De La Salle. It basically handles online. So the people or the incoming students would have to go to this page and fill up the form, and so that they would not need to go to the university clinic, because before they have to go to the clinic and get the form and have their consultations there, so the people are crowded. So what they did is they outsourced the consultation to different clinics. They just need to download the form and fill up the form, and then go to their respective clinic or their chosen clinic. After the consultation, they go back to our clinic here in school, and also they would see the records already on the system of the clinic, because they filled up the form online. The filled data would go to the system of our clinic. So that is the initial project I'm working on.
What are the required skills and education background for an analyst like you?
I guess you just have to have a degree in computer science or information technology. Even business administration or any other course, because you don't, as a systems analyst, kasi you don't need to have so much technical skills. You just have to be like from the word analysis, you have to be analytic, you have to be logical, you have to deal with you have to learn to deal with different clients. So that's it. So I guess that's the required degree for field of study.
Can you give some advice to all students who are aspiring to be a successful analyst like you?
I guess the first thing you have to know is you have to love your craft. Whatever you're doing, whether you're an analyst or a driver or any other job, you have to love what you're doing for you to succeed. And you have to constantly learn the skill, because after you graduate, you don't stop learning. They said that you have like only 20% of what you have to do in school, because after you graduate, you have to learn a lot more. So you have to read more books, you have to acquire more skills. So I guess it's all about passion for learning.
Since you are working in the ITS office, how do you accept some negative feedbacks from other people of the LSU every time there is a technical glitch or malfunction?
We always accept them. We always accept them not personally, because of course they're mad at the system and not on the person. So you just don't have to take it personally, because if you take it personally, you're gonna be emotional. So that's the first thing. And also you accept constructive criticisms, because if they have a point on what they commented about their bad comments, of course you have to learn from that comment, and we tend to meet and avoid that occurrence in the future. So of course not everything is 100% error free. So no matter how great the design is, there would always be discrepancies. So we just do our best to resolve the problem. I mean, the team here, they're very approachable, or they're very responsive to comments. When there's a problem, they always respond immediately. So I guess even though we encounter problems, we resolve it naman immediately. And so that's it. We just do our best to render quality IT service to the students. Also, I would like to emphasize that LSU is also one of the first schools to to have online enrollment. So we're ahead of other schools in terms of online enrollment. And ITS, this office specifically, have won several web awards in the past, the educational field. So I guess the office is doing its best to render quality ID service. So even though there are critical or there are negative comments, there will always be negative comments. So we just accept them and learn from them, from the mistakes.
What are your roles in the development cycle in the project?
As a systems analyst, of course, the first thing is to meet with the developer to talk about what me and the client has settled or talked about. So I relay the specs or the requirements that the user needs, and we come up with what language would be used, what kind of database would we use, how many tables, all these other aspects, and also we lay out a timeline or a deadline for every project. So, and of course, from time to time, you monitor the programmer of the development of the project. So there are if there are questions that the programmer wants to ask or unclarified information, I should be able to clarify the questions from that he asked from. So basically monitoring and managing the development phase of the programmer. So that's my role when it's time to develop the actual program.
Thank you, sir.